Since we started tracking road deaths in 1925, more than 198,000 people have been killed on Australia's roads, and more than 1 million people have been seriously injured. By comparison, almost 103,000 Australians have been killed in all the wars that Australia has been involved in.
Over the last 60 years, Australia has moved from a high of 3,798 road-related deaths in 1970 to a low of 1,130 road-related deaths in 2021.
This is an impressive turnaround, especially in an environment where the population has more than doubled, and the amount of travel on our roads has more than tripled. And it can be put down to the introduction of some key road safety-focused actions introduced over these decades. In the 1970s, a range of safety measures were introduced, including the requirement for all new vehicles to have front row seatbelts fitted, and random breath testing started.
The 1980s is where we saw a dramatic reduction in road deaths, with measures such as speed and red light cameras being installed, and zero blood alcohol (BAC) limits were applied to learner and P-plate drivers. During the 1990s, we saw ANCAP star ratings for new vehicles, and there was the introduction of the Federal Black Spot program, which funds the upgrade of road infrastructure targeting crashes. In the 2000s, the focus shifted to providing safer road environments, with the 50 km/h default urban speed limit being adopted, graduated licensing for new drivers, and Australia adopted a new way of seeing road safety through the development of the Safe System approach. The 2010s saw changes to the Australian design rules for new vehicles to require electronic stability control, and Australia's participation in the first International Decade of Action for Road Safety.
The 2020s saw the introduction of mobile phone and seatbelt detection cameras, a reimagining of our road networks through movement and place frameworks, and in 2021, the launch of the second Road Safety Decade of Action, which promised new and more challenging targets to save lives and reduce road trauma.
But lately, something has changed, and not for the better. Despite stricter new enforcement technologies, despite vehicles being safer than ever before, and despite record funding for road safety and the investment in safer road infrastructure, since 2019 there has been an increase by just over 6% in the number of people killed on our roads. That's 72 more people in 2023 dying on our roads compared to 2019. And the year-on-year increase is also increasing, from 3% to 4%, and last year by almost 7%.
The challenge presented to us now is to explore why this is happening, and more importantly, what might be done to change it. Our Vision Zero target is for 50% reduction in fatalities and 30% reduction in serious injuries by 2030. And by 2050, there should be no one killed or seriously injured on our roads.
Vision Zero is not just a possibility, it is an inevitability, but only if all of us can work together to achieve it.